head of the field as they head down towards the left-hander onto Pine Avenue, down the hills. Tricky braking area here, and Ryan DL was just held up in traffic for a moment in the first part of the lap, loses the front end of the Nissan for a moment, but somehow grabs it back. He's on the Seaside, and the little turbocharged 4-cylinder 2-litre working overtime there as the big 6.2 takes a little bit more time to get into its stride through to the hairpin for the 53rd time with 12.5 minutes to go. And battle. Oh, the BMW's gone! The BMW's gone! Top Chick is out! The car just grinding to a halt. Disaster and drama at the head of GTLM. Antonio Garcia goes through into the lead. Ryan Briscoe was held up in the second. Chevrolet goes through into second. Tommy Milner takes advantage. Oh, what cruel look for BMW. And Martin Tomczyk, the car just losing drive, coming off Pine through turn 8. And he pulled very sportingly, pulled to driver's right. He's struggling down Seaside at the moment and dropping places.
Tommy Milner made up a couple of positions on that last lap.
Well, but one of them was because the BMW blocked out the 67.
True, but he also got past the. Well, yes, true, yeah. So he got past the 67. So up in we've got a Corvette 1-2 now. Garcia and Milner. Ryan Briscoe there, right there in the third position. Kevin Estre also, and Alexander Sims is hanging on there. So we've got a Chevy, Ford, Porsche, BMW. Absolutely nose to tail. Here they are coming around on this next lap towards turn 6. Let's have a look at what happened here.
No clue what happened.
Here we go.
Oh, in fact, it was before he even got to the corner. It looked like he had an issue. And certainly big sideways movement for the Ford of Ryan Briscoe. Hit once, hit twice by the Corvette. No harm, no foul, I don't think. And then it was a drag race down Seaside, and the last of the late breakers was Tommy Milner, but clearly a problem for Martin Tomczyk. Tomczyk not having the best. Oh, something came out of the back of the right-hand side of the car, as if it had thrown a belt or something like that.
Maybe, because it almost looked like it was out of fuel, didn't it? That's sort of what it kind of looked like.
Well, can you believe this, Jeremy? The damaged Corvette that was involved in that first lap incident is now leading the GT-LM race. At the head of the field, there's only half a second between DL and Taylor, with Jonathan Bomarito hanging in there. 5 seconds in arrears, side by side for third position, as well as Kevin Estre and Ryan Briscoe were going at it as they went into the braking area for turn 1. You need two heads and 3 sets of eyes for this one. GTD, Gunnar Jeanette just eased away a little bit from Jerome Blake-Mullen. 50 from 33, the two Mercs, and Jerome Mull is the man on the move at the moment in the Lamborghini, down to just 1.8 seconds behind Blake-Mullen in second. Trading fastest sector times at the head of the field, DL and Taylor. This is what we've been wanting to see from this new DPI category. 9.5 minutes to go, and Nismo Power leads a new fastest lap of the race from Jordan Taylor, courtesy of the fastest first sector. But Ryan DL put in 2 fastest sectors. No, because we've got Stephen Simpson now putting in the fastest third sector of the race in the JDC car, which is one of the LMP2s. A 14.7 for him. All of a sudden, with a bit of green flag running under their wheels. Oh, why couldn't we have had this all race? Really, so frustrating. First, second, third and fourth in GT-LM going into the first corner. Corvette. Then Ford, then Kevin Estre, Alex Sims there as well.
A change of position for third place in GTD, coming off the hairpin. Alessandro Balzan got a run on Jerome Mull, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's made that move going down towards turn 1. So a new third place. We've got 2 Mercedes out front. Gunnar Jeanette with a pretty handy margin over Jerome Blake.
And that's Mull trying to go around the inside of some traffic at turn 1.
Got back ahead then.
So it looks to me as though Mull had got back ahead. Yeah. Yes, he has. He's got back in the third. And Balzan very close to the wall there at turn 1. Discretion being the better part of valour there.
We've got a new fastest overall lap here for Ryan DL this time. a 14.367, a new track record.
But this is exactly what we saw in qualifying with these Continental tyres here, Jeremy.
Brilliant.
What happened was, as the fuel load came down, they were able to make the tyres were great on the long run, and they were getting quicker and quicker, and that's exactly what we've been denied by the stop-start nature of this race so far. 7.5 minutes to go. Can we do 100 minutes from now, please? That's what we want to see.
Well, this has been the longest green flag segment of the race so far. It's 10 laps we've done under green now, so let's hope we can keep it going.
Can't believe you've even said that. Every time we've mentioned a car, the next shot has it been in the wall. And let's make sure that doesn't. Let's try and make sure that doesn't happen. The leaders coming up to a huge gaggle of traffic. Next time around, DL all of a sudden finds himself 1.3 seconds ahead. Now that's a huge lead in the context of what we've seen in the last 15 minutes or so. Jordan Taylor in second. Is he settling for the points here?
And
nah, it's not.
Martin Tomczyk, by the way, has got going again. He's at the tail end of the lead lap now. He's dicing amongst a whole bunch of GTD cars, but he's back up to.
Wait,
he's back up to.
He's not. He's 3 seconds. He's up to GTD midfield pace. He's not up to GTL.
No, but that could be because he's trying to work his way through the cars. Don't know. The car looked to be on song as he came past the booth on this last lap.
The leaders going past the number 54 Porsche, the Core Autosport machine, and they are absolutely together as they go down the hill again to this tricky braking area for turn 8 and 93. Great driving, whoever's in the Acura at the moment. The number 93 car, it's Andy Lally, of course it is, who just changed his turning point to allow the leader to go through. Really heads up driving. Oh, and almost coming together going through turn number 9. There was the merest amount of room between first and second, as Jordan Taylor was desperately not wanting to brake as he came through there, trying to close the gap between himself and Ryan DL. And this new mandated gear set on the Cadillac is working perfectly because he can't punch out of the corner. 3 wide across the start-finish line. Lexus, Porsche and Nissan prototype. Here comes the Cadillac. It gets into its stride and breezes past back into the lead. That was amazing stuff, and just that longer piece of straight line was exactly what the 6.2 litres of American muscle needed to go past the 3.8 V6.
Wow.
He goes down the inside of turn number 5. This is the new leader, the black number 10 Cadillac. Well, he's had to work for that. Couldn't get out of the hairpin, the slowest corner on the circuit, because of this new final drive mandated by the series to try and mitigate some of the advantages of that big 6.2 litre Cadillac engine. But it also means that through traffic, perhaps he's not as nimble as he used to be, and they've got a BMW right with them now as well as they're going through traffic. And it's the Turner BMW, the 96, that has to be dealt with here, and Taylor thinks better of it. Oh, down the inside, the 24 car hits the leader. Oh my goodness me. And that again is just 2 cars into one, not going. The 24 BMW with Martin Tomczyk, as Jeremy said, seemingly up to pace again after falling from the GTM lead, just down the inside there. And for a moment, Jordan Taylor was getting pushed sideways by a bit of Munich metal.
Yeah, and with all this, battling your way through these through this traffic here, the third place car, Jonathan Bomberito, the Mazda DPI, he's only 4 seconds behind, and Stevie Simpson has been closing in quite quickly on, well, not quite quickly, but he's certainly closing in into 4th position as well for JDC Miller Motorsports. That's the bright yellow number 85 car. This is thoroughly entertaining now.
Yes, and doesn't that just make you wish we'd had a bit more green flag running? Leaders now mired in trouble. Oh, that's the battle for third position in GTD, and more side by side. This looks like a Saturday night dirt track race.
Paint trading there.
63, Alessandro Balzan and Jerome Moule.
The Mercedes are long gone in the lead, but third place, wow.
Got a Jeanette and Bleekemolen now 5 seconds behind him. Big side-by-side accident, right? Action, right? What happens? Well, this is the pass for the lead round the outside for Jordan Taylor, using the straight line speed of the Cadillac. He can't use the torque as easily now, so he has to let that car get up to its terminal velocity, and he planned and schemed and did that perfectly. First, second and third in GTLM coming to turn 9 to complete their 61st lap. Corvette, Ford. Antonio Garcia in the 3, the leading Corvette, then Tommy Milner, then Ryan Briscoe in the 67. It's Kevin Estre who's just 3 seconds further back in the 912 Porsche. Tommy Milner cruelly robbed of victory when he was nerfed out of the lead by the Porsche last year, which allowed Nick Tandy to take the victory.
Tell you what.
Second place at the moment, riding shotgun for his teammates.
Look, we were watching the leaders in GTLM going into turn 1. The 2 Corvettes absolutely nose to tail. Look who's only 3 or 4 car lengths behind.
Ryan Briscoe.
Well, that would be Ryan Briscoe, yeah, in car number 67, the Ford. So Chevrolet versus Ford. 2 Chevrolets against 1 Ford it is at the moment at the head of the field in GTLM. 60 laps completed, but inside 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, and Tommy Milner, as I just said, Jeremy, he knows what it's like to be nerfed out of the lead. He'll be playing backstop at the moment. This has got to be a 1-2 for Chevrolet. This would be another, I think, another unexpected result for the oldest now of the GTLM cars. But there's life in that old thing yet. This would be win 104 for Corvette Racing if it does happen. Meantime, Jordan Taylor has set sail, and it's 5.7 seconds. So once he got past Ryan DL, there was nothing the Scotsman could do. And the Scotsman down in the 18s now, as Jordan Taylor is still in the 14s, in fact. He'll be starting the last lap for these GTLM cars as they go past us. In GTD, Gunnar Jeanette survived a close call on the back straight and is leading comfortably from Jerome Blakemorland. 5.6 seconds, the gap between the 2 Mercedes, 50 and 33, with Alessandro Balzan just a couple of seconds ahead of Jerome Mull, but seemingly having won that battle that has been training paint for some time. Oh! And at the turn number 9 again, it's Mull. It's Jerome Mull, was in 4th position in GTD. There's a prototype in there as well, and I think that's the 70 Mazda of Joel Miller, is it? Very difficult to see the Lamborghini, big car. Last lap, white flag is out. And
the yellow flags to be at turn 9, the yellow flags, to no overtaking here for the leaders in GTLM.
Well, both of those cars have moved, amazingly, after what seemed to be heavy contact. So this is not going to be the last lap for these guys, Jeremy, because the leader hasn't come through, or is he? White flag is out now, so they will have to do another lap because they're right in behind the number 10 of Jordan Taylor, cruising to another Cadillac victory. You can take their fuel. You can take away their punch out of the final corner, but you can't hold a good team back. And the Konica Minolta team claim another victory in the 2017 IMSA WeatherTech SportsCar Championship. Cadillac on the streets of Long Beach win the Bubba Burger SportsCar Grand Prix. So close for Ryan DL. He'll bring the number 2 Ligier Nissan home in 2nd place, and Mazda will have their best result of the season with Jonathan Bomarito in the 55 in 3rd. In GTLM, Antonio Garcia, Tommy Milner and Ryan Briscoe. Briscoe as close as he's been. Oh, and a huge kerfuffle again at the final corner. The 15 Lexus, the 86. And Tom Long is struggling in the 70 Mazda. I think he may have a tyre going down. There's 3 cars in the way of these leaders. Yeah. The 16, this is a nightmare. This is the battle for the lead. The 2 Corvettes very sensibly going side by side there. So the Ford couldn't get through. That was genius. Genius work from the guys, but who's going to get the run to the line? It's going to be the 4 car. Tommy Milner robbed by being punted out by a Porsche last year at the final corner, courtesy of the Turner Motorsport BMW and 2 other cars blocking the road. Is going to take GTLM at the final moments, and Briscoe will go through in 2nd place. Antonio Garcia will be fuming. He's dropped to 4th to 5th. Kevin Estre is on the podium for Porsche. Let's go down to Ricky Taylor. Another win for the number 10 Cadillac. Shea Adam.
Another win, 3 in a row in this season, 3 in a row at Long Beach. You and Jordan have this track figured out. Doesn't matter what the car is. You just feel comfy here, don't you?
Oh my gosh, I still can't believe it. I mean, Jordan did, I don't know anybody that could do what he just did, and that was incredible. When we came out after that last, sequence of pit stop, or the only sequence of pit stops, I saw the ESM car was there. Dane was so quick, and everything wasn't going our way at that point, and I was thinking, we're gonna get good points or whatever, and Jordan just drove incredibly and made all those moves, and what can we say about our Cadillac? I mean, no matter what happens, the car's been running absolutely flawlessly. Our Konica Minolta boys are awesome in the pits, and the strategy was perfect, so I just can't believe it. I just got to run about a mile down to victory lane to meet Jordan there.
Congrats.
Thank you.
It was Robert Alon who caused that accident, which also wrapped up
completely unnecessary.
Yeah, wrapped up the Acura and the Jens Klingman BMW. Jeff Siegel it was in the Acura, and that allowed the number 4 car to go through. And there was more accidents further back. Oh, that was when Mull was spun around. Now, he was spun around by the Park Place Porsche,
right.
And then Tom Long had nowhere to go. And there was a couple of people, including the 991 car with Wolf Hensler, who just about made that through. Shea Adam, more from the guys at the sharp end of the field.
Cooper McNeil, it's been since 2013 since you've been on the top step of the podium, and now you're getting to do it